Hey guys, and welcome. My name is Jaime Wallace. I'm here with Facet 7 Fitness, and we're going to be doing a stretch today. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to keep in mind that I am on camera and I can't see you, but I'm going to think about where y'all are in your stretching and try to provide a lot of modifications or substitutions or whatever you guys need. If you like these videos, you can subscribe and you can like, and if you want more, you can download our app at Facet 7 Fitness. You're not going to need anything right now. I didn't even have a mat today, but if you have one at home, you can go ahead and take it out. We're going to start standing up and then we'll move down to the ground for the rest. But right now we're just going to take a couple of shoulder rolls just to loosen up. I want you to focus on your breathing a lot today. Big inhales, big exhales. I'm probably going to say it a lot more times because I just want you to constantly be thinking about it, telling your mind and your body to connect and to relax. We're going to start with our arms here. So I want you to go ahead and stand about hip distance apart. We're going to take a soft bend in those knees. We don't want to lock them out. We don't want to pass out. So we're going to take the left arm all the way over, drop that left shoulder down, pull that arm towards you, and then gaze is going to be all the way over to the left. So you're reaching those fingertips long in this position. What you want to focus is keeping that arm entirely straight. We're really pulling that arm towards us. And the best thing is really to press that shoulder down away from the chin. You're gonna feel it more. Release that arm all the way down, take it up and over. So we're gonna grab onto our elbow. I'm gonna turn around so you can see I'm reaching the fingertip down the spine. We're gonna reach that fingertip down the spine, pressing our elbow slightly. And then we're gonna slightly move our body all the way over to the right to really get a deeper stretch in those triceps in the back of your arms and in your obliques on the side. This should feel good. Go ahead and come all the way back up to center. Swing those arms out a little bit and let's take it to the other side. So you're gonna take that right arm, pull that arm towards you, press that shoulder down, reach those fingertips long. Really focus on pulling the arm towards you, keeping that elbow locked out, taking that shoulder away from the chin. Big inhales, big exhales. And then release. Take that arm up and over, reaching the fingertips down your spine, grabbing onto that elbow. Slightly press that elbow down. And when you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and lean all the way over to the left. Getting a deeper stretch in the back of the arms, deeper stretch in those obliques right here. This should feel good. Coming back to center, interlace those fingers together. I love this stretch, especially if you sit all day and you have some compression in your back or your neck. As your fingers are interlaced, you're gonna place them behind your head. Drop the head all the way down. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get the chin to touch the chest. We're slightly pressing our hand towards our head, lengthening out those vertebrae. Big inhale, big exhale. And then come all the way back up. So I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see me. Our feet are still about hip distance apart. I'm gonna take those arms all the way behind me here, interlace them together. I'm gonna take a deep bend in the knees, deep bend right here. Then I'm gonna rest my chest on top of my thighs and release the head all the way down. So the head is heavy here. What I'm doing is I'm taking those hands up and down, letting gravity do its work to pull those arms closer to the ground. As you can see, my chest is resting softly and comfortably on top of my thighs. All of us are gonna look different. Some are gonna have a much deeper bend. Some of us are gonna be more stretched out. Remember to relax. Your head is heavy in this position. It should be loose. Over time, you're gonna see if you stay in this position for an extended period, that the arms are gonna slightly begin to move further down towards the ground. Big inhale as you exhale, unlace those fingertips, place the palms onto the ground. Let's go ahead and take a seat deep here. So we're on our toes and then we're gonna extend all the way back out. Deep bend in the knees,
Head is still heavy. Extend all the way back out. I'm keeping the chest on top of the thighs. I'm not trying to extend those knees out at all. We're working those muscles, trying to elongate them. And then while you're up in this position, begin to walk those hands all the way out. So we're gonna do a downward dog right quick. Our feet are still about hip distance apart. We're pressing through the palms, fingertips are spread. You can walk the dog here if you want by pressing one heel at a time down towards the ground, towards your mat. We have a soft bend in those elbows. We're drawing them in towards each other as head is heavy, pressing the shoulders away from the ears. Big inhales, big exhales. Then when you're ready, drop the knees all the way down.
We're gonna go into a child's pose here. So really glue those feet together and then open those hips up wide. The knees should be wide here. We're gonna come all the way down, lengthening out our body, reaching those fingertips long. Your forehead can be directly on your mat, or you can take it to one side or the other, whatever feels good for you and your neck. You know your body. What we're trying to do here is relax our hips. We're trying to press that seat down towards our heels in this position. Really work on getting to know yourself. What are your limitations? Where can you go further? Open those knees up wide. Press the fingertips away from you. And then when you're ready, begin to walk the hands all the way back up. While we're in this position, let's go ahead and stretch out our forearms here. So we're gonna stay right here if this feels good for you. If not, if it's hard on your knees, you can always move to another position that feels good. So we're gonna take those hands and we're going to twist them outwards, okay? So if you're facing me, I'll face you. Our forearms are facing each other. We turn those fingertips to the outside. You can start with your fingertips being close towards your knees. But when you're ready, or if you want more of a stretch, really just begin to walk those hands out towards me. This should feel good. Be intentional with your stretching. Think about the muscles that we're stretching out right now and think about how they feel. Go ahead and walk those hands all the way back towards the knees, coming all the way up. Let's stretch out those wrists. Take a couple of rolls with your wrists here. You can be creative with it if you want to. Have some fun. We're just gonna go ahead and take those wrists in a few circles. And then we're gonna come all the way back onto our seats. So TV is very popular right now. I'm pretty sure they're doing pretty good in stock with all of us being at home. Everyone has a Netflix and we love shows. The best way to stretch is to find something to either read, meditate on, think about, or something like a TV show and just be in a pose. So if you want to sit in this pose, that's great, and watch TV. Here's another one though for you. I used to do this a lot when I was in dance and sports and stuff like that. So we have this perfect flat wall. So if you have one at home, find it. You're gonna slide your seat all the way up to that wall and then send your legs up and over. You're gonna drop your back all the way down and then you're gonna open up those hips. So when you first begin, they may be closer up here or right here, but over time, gravity is gonna pull those legs down and they're gonna become wider and wider. So if you wanna do this, maybe 5 minutes a day or 3 times a week for 5 minutes while you're reading a book or listening to an audible, watching a TV show, find time if you don't wanna just take time to do this and meditate, but this is a great stretch. And like I have said before, stretching takes patience and a lot of practice. It doesn't happen overnight for most of us. So we're gonna take the legs all the way up, drop them over, come all the way up. Come back with me and we're gonna sit in a straddle position. Straddle positions look different for everyone. For you, it may be right here. Others, it may be wide. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. Sitting here, we're gonna take those arms up and over with a big inhale. And then with our exhale, we're gonna go all the way over to the left. Notice how my shoulders are stacked one on top of the other here. I'm not hunched over. I'm opening that chest up, pressing the shoulders away from the ears, lengthening the body long. Even if you're not a professional dancer or ballerina or yogi, there's no problem with feeling like one and thinking like one while you're practicing your stretching. Now we're gonna come up and over the legs. So reach those fingertips long. I now have my shoulders stacked on top of my leg. I'm really trying to press my shoulders down. I'm leading with the chest here, reaching the fingertips longer. Toes are pointed, hips are open. If your knees are bent in this position, just move your legs a little closer together. If that is even more difficult for you and you are still really working on stretching, you can always take one leg in as we go over the exact same way, and that may work for you. So I'm just giving you the tools, but how you use them is up to you. Reach those fingertips long for me one last time. Then we're gonna come all the way back up to center. Deep inhale and do the modified version this time with one leg in. We're gonna go all the way over to the right. Our shoulders are stacked one on top of the other. Our chest is open wide. We're reaching up and over. Big inhales and big exhales. Shoulders are away from the ears. And then we're gonna fold all the way over the leg. Trying to really get both of our shoulders now parallel with our mat to the ground. We're reaching those fingertips long. Head is heavy in this position. We're trying to lead with our chest. Deep inhales. On the exhales is when you want to challenge your flexibility. See if you can go a little bit further. But really think about your breathing, think about relaxing, connect your mind with your body so that it can become more flexible throughout this stretch. And then come all the way back to center. We're gonna take it down the middle now. We're gonna start just by using our hands to walk ourselves out for support. Stop if at any time it becomes painful for you. The inner thighs may be really tight. I know when I do a hard leg workout, this is not the most pleasant pose to be in, but it does work with flexibility. Continue to breathe. Reach those fingertips long towards me. Try to keep your chest lifted in the position as our hips are rotated out. Our knees are pointed to the ceiling here. You can drop all the way down. We're gonna roll all the way back up, one vertebrae at a time, and then we're gonna draw the feet in together here. So the soles of my feet are in together. Again, this is gonna be another stretch where we're all kind of somewhere different in our practice. Some of us, our knees are gonna be all the way up here, maybe halfway. Maybe you are super flexible and your knees are all the way down. That's great. Wherever you are, just stay here. We're gonna press one knee down at a time. Maybe it's more comfortable if we take one knee all the way up and hold on to it and press it, but do what feels good for you. If this is maybe one of those positions you wanna stay in and work on while you're watching TV or reading a book, maybe just placing 2 pillows and then taking it out, doing 1 pillow, and then slowly working into it. So do what feels good for you. We're opening up those hips. I like to drop the shoulders forwards when I'm pressing through the arms onto my knees to get more of a stretch. And then we're gonna take it to center again. So again, the soles of your feet may be really close to your body, or you may wanna extend them further out. If they're extended further out or in, wherever you are, again, we're just gonna walk those fingertips away from us, walk them towards me. Try to lead with your chest in this position. Deep inhales, deep exhales. This should feel good on those hip flexors, feel good on the outside of your glutes. And then come all the way up and extend those legs all the way out. So extending them all the way out, we're gonna take a deep inhale here. And exhale and fold all the way over. So for you, it may be right here. For others, it may be further. Wherever you are, keep working on it. Tell yourself to loosen up, relax. Deep breaths. You can point and flex the feet a couple times. Another thing we can do is we can work one leg at a time. So placing the palm of our hand over the sole of our foot, pulling towards ourselves. If you want more of a stretch, drop that elbow down. You're really gonna feel this here in the back of your calves. Taking the chest towards the foot and then releasing and taking it to the other side. Palm of our hand's gonna go on the sole of our foot. We're gonna pull it towards us, taking that heel off of the mat, dropping the elbow down, trying to pull it closer towards us, feeling this in our calf muscle. And release. Let's take one more big inhale together. And take another exhale as we fold all the way over. Go ahead and wiggle your knees out here. Loosen up the body. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. Now, if you're looking to work out the stretch out the top of your legs, you can do it standing. I like to do it sitting down. We could start just right here. So you would take your left leg, you'd bend that knee, you'd take the foot all the way back to your seat. Make sure it's close to your seat. Glue the knees together and you can stay here. If you don't feel it, drop all the way down to your forearms. You can stay here, or if you don't feel it or want more of a stretch, we drop all the way down to our back. So staying in this position, you should really be able to feel it on the top of your legs. Breathe through this stretch, deep inhales, deep exhales. When we come out of the stretch, we want to start with pressing ourselves up onto our forearms and then all the way up, and then lengthen the leg back out. Take the right leg now, fold it in. Knees are glued together, drawing that foot close into our seat, staying here, or moving all the way down to the forearms, staying here, or we can go all the way onto our back. This should feel good, lengthening out the top of our legs, feeling that stretch, keeping the knees, trying to glue them together and keep them glued together. And then slowly working our way all the way back up onto our forearms. Use your hands to press yourself all the way up and then take the leg all the way out. So I'm gonna turn to the side now so you can see me. We're gonna do a few stretches on our back. So we're gonna come all the way down onto your back. First, we're gonna take our right ankle and place it over our left knee. We're gonna take our arms and thread the needle through the leg, and you can either grab onto the back of your thigh or the top of your shin, whatever feels comfortable for you. So this is another variation of what's called pigeon pose. If you've done yoga, it's stretching out the hip flexor. We're gonna flex both of our feet in this position. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, draw the leg closer into your chest. This should feel really good on that right hip. And then release and move to the other side. So we're gonna drop that right foot down, pick the left foot up, take that left ankle over the right knee, thread the needle through either to the back of the thighs or the top of the shins, flex both feet, take a deep inhale with me. And as we exhale, let's pull our leg closer towards our chest. You should really feel this right around your hips. Opening up that hip flexor, this should feel good. And then release all the way down. We're gonna extend that left leg all the way out here. We're gonna go for a spinal twist. So you're gonna take that right knee all the way up and then drop it over your body. Once you've dropped it over your body, you're gonna take that right arm, extend it all the way out, and then our gaze is gonna be to the right. Take a deep inhale and exhale for me here. Think about where you're feeling pressure. And then come all the way back to center so we can go to the other side. So you're gonna let that right leg go all the way down. Now you're gonna take the left knee all the way up towards the chest, drop it all the way over your midline to the other side. And then we're gonna lengthen out our left arm. Gaze is gonna be to the left, spinal twist. I like to use my hand to kind of press my hips away from my body. Do what feels good for you in this position. And then come all the way back to center. Drop the left leg all the way down. Take that right leg all the way up. Grab onto the back of the knees, the back of the calf muscles or the ankle. Point and flex this foot out a couple times. This is a great stretch as far as form goes because we're on our back, so it's forcing our hips to be squared off. We don't have them turned out. And what we're trying to do is on our inhales, hold, on our exhales where we want to try to pull that leg closer towards us. What we can do to stretch out our IT band is take the foot slightly over the center of our body, over the midline, while keeping both hips glued to your mat or the floor. And then you want to take that big toe and point it down towards the mat. You're really going to feel it once you do that. And then come all the way back to center. Release the leg all the way down. Take that left leg all the way up, grabbing onto the back of the knees, back of the calves or the ankles, wherever feels comfortable for you. We're going to hold on the inhale. On the exhales, where we're gonna try to pull that leg closer towards us. If you have a band or a belt or a strap at home, that creates more flexibility for you. You can do that. Otherwise, we're just doing it with ourselves today, keeping it simple. I'm pointing and flexing my toes out a couple times just to loosen up my calf muscle here. And then I'm gonna take it over the center line. So over my midline. As you can see, both of my hips are still glued down. And I'm gonna take that big toe and point it down towards the floor. And then come all the way back to center. Release that leg all the way down. Deep inhale as you stretch those arms all the way up. Exhale as you bring those hands all the way down. Draw those knees into the chest. Give yourself a big hug. Come over towards me on the one side. Use your hands. Press yourself up. Open your hands wide. Close your hands. And then speed it up because you are done. Good job. Thanks, and I hope to see you again.